Kamlesh Panchal from DJS Karting India, and today we are here to present the cost report of DJS Karting India. With me, my colleagues are Ahmed Abolkar, he's the team captain, Drumil Mojidra, he's the vice captain of the team, and Danish Sheikh is the manufacturing head of the team. So moving ahead with the next slide. So here we are going to present the cost acquainted by towards the chassis of a car. So first, the frame that we have manufactured in a garage is of about 24,000 rupees, and the front body mount that we have made is around 15,060 rupees. The body mount they are of 1,000 and nearly roughly 1,200 rupees, and the body mounts that we have used are of 1,100 rupees. So the total cost that is acquired by the chassis department is about 31,844 rupees. Moving on with the presentation, my colleague Ahmed Abelkar will continue with the presentation.
Okay, so now coming down to the steering part, as we all know, that's the steering is one of the most crucial parts to avoid obstacles, corner clearly, and stuff like that. So for the steering, we have gone for a 4-bar linkage, and for that, we have used the tie rods and tie rod ends, which were very cheap for us. The manufacturing part, it just cost us 100 rupees to manufacture two, and the tie rod ends, which are not to get easy by. Even they costed us around 400 for the quantity of four. The spindle, it is one of the most expensive parts of the steering department. That we have done VMC machining on it, and it costed around 10,000 rupees, which is also not done in Mumbai itself. We have outsourced it from Pune by sending them the designs and CAD models. Also, these steering stoppers are made by us at in-house. Along with that, the steering wheel itself has been designed and manufactured by us. So that would be like the main parts of the steering departments. Others being the triangular plate and the knuckle, stuff like that. So one of the crucial parts in the steering, I would say, is the thrust bearing, which we have implemented from this year onwards to reduce the steering effort. So that would be the steering. Moving on with the presentation, I will hand it over to Danish.
Tires and wheels are cart as other cars uses four tires and four wheels. We have separated them. Hello, sorry, I guess there is a technical issue with Danish mic. Am I audible first? So I will continue with the tires and wheels part. The wheels we have purchased is from BKT company, and it has cost us around 13,000 rupees. And with the rim, it is 13,000 rupees. With the sub axle which carries the front wheels is one of the most important part, which is also responsible for caster and camber. This has cost us around 5,130 rupees. The second most important part for the wheel holding is the real wheel hub, which keeps the wheel stable at the rear end, and it is costed around 1,700 per piece. The left and right wheel contributed total 3,400 rupees, and the total for tires and wheels are 29,860 rupees. So moving on to the next part, it is the transmission department. The transmission department has done previously very good, and now is keeping at par with the others also. So in that transmission, most important, which is responsible for the transmission from motor to the wheels, are axle. It is made up of AISF 4130, which is drilled and made hollow, and it has costed around 2,100 rupees with the machining. The second comes as the driver sprocket, which we have purchased directly from the vendors. The third comes as driven sprocket, which we have manufactured using the gear hobbing practices and also some laser cutting methods and also water jet. The next comes as sprocket hub, which we have manufactured from aluminium, and it costed around 1,400 rupees. The next comes as bearings. The bearings are also directly purchased from the vendors, which has costed around 1,100 rupees, and these are roller bearings which are high quality. The next comes as the chain, which is of good material, and it's a proper transmission chain. Last but not the least is the keys, which is 1900 rupees. It has costed this much because we have manufactured in a lot, so that it is beneficial for us for the further use. Now I would like my friend uh, Yagnik Panchal to continue with the brakes department.
Yes, so here from here on, I'm going to continue with the brakes department. So starting with the brake rotor, the material that we have used is AISI 41T0, and the brake caliper that we have made is the machining part that we have used is of water jet machining, and the rotor cost is around 1700 rupees, including the material. The after that we use the dot for brake fluid, and it costs us around 150 to 200 rupees, and if we buy it at a wholesaler market, we get it at a very cheaper rate, around 45 rupees per bottle. After moving ahead with the brake pedal assembly, which is in the left hand side of our steering assembly, it costs us around 900 rupees with different welding jackets and other costs. Moving ahead with the Bundy tube, which is SAE rated, and it costs us around 1600 rupees. After that, continuing with the breakup assembly that we have designed it by ourselves and done machining over it, and it has cost us around 1700 rupees. So this is from the brakes department. Moving on ahead.
Our electric our electrical department in this mainly our battery. Our battery is of 72 volts, 90 amp hour. Our wiring harness is self-assembled, which costs around 3000 rupees. Our battery costs about 1,25,000. Uh, the brake light assembly. The brake light assembly consists of the brake light and the brake light actuator. Uh, the kill switches, we have three kill switches on our card, each of which costs 400. The breakover travel switch costs 500, which is activated when the brakes over travel. The start stop switch, we have one start stop switch which costs 1000 on our card. Our motor is a 72 volt motor with nominal power of 5000 watts and peak power of 9300 watts. Our motor controller is a motor controller which is compatible with our motor and is able to provide enough power required to the motor, which costs 26,000. The total of which is 1,65,400.
So this pie chart shows us the total allocation of cost that we have given to each department. The major takeaway from this would be that the ESI department is taking up around 60% of the total cost that has gone into this go-kart, and that's where we would like to conclude the presentation, and we are open to questions. Thank you.
Okay, team, thank you so much. Quickly open your course report that you have submitted.
Yes, Justin.
Please locate the drivetrain and powertrain. Team, do we have you here?
Yes, sir. Sorry for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
delay.
just
We
a
are
minute.
not able to present here.
Yeah, just a minute.
Hello, sir. Is am I audible?
Hello, is my screen visible?
Yes, you are audible, but except for
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
B, nothing is visible. Now, yes, we can see. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
please go to any component that you have manufactured completely in-house.
Okay, just a minute. Yeah, so we have our driven sprocket that we have manufactured in house.
This sprocket you have manufactured in-house?
Yes.
Can you please zoom in a little?
So the thing is that on my PC we have some technical issues of photos. All the photos aren't loading.
Okay, that we can refer to the submitted reports, not an issue. Just
Okay.
zoom in a little so that we see the digits.
I'll have to just increase the font size.
Control plus. Yeah. Okay, fine.
Okay.
So
Got it.
what are the processes that you have performed over here?
Sir,
Yeah.
firstly, we have purchased that SS420 plate, and then we have performed gear hobbing on that plate. And secondly, then we had first we were confused between the water jet or laser jet. We need laser cutting we need to obtain for that better smooth finish. But then we were advised that water jet would be better, so we did perform water jet over it and manufactured our first rocket. And with doing many designs and answers over it, we have finally manufactured it. So.
So this I mean these are the only processes that are performed.
Yes, sir. Basic are these two. The other performed like cutting and all were done by us only. Like we need to. The plate was very large. We had a specific dimension cut over it with the hand grinder and all, and then we supplied it to the vendor for gear hobbing. So
Okay, after gear hobbing, anything, any process
yes,
that
sir.
you
After gear hobbing, we surfaced finished a bit with the grinder wheel only, and then we went for the water jet for the weight reduction process.
okay, then after that?
After that, the gear means not major, but the teeth of the gear were polished little bit so that it finally meshes with the chain, and then we installed it for drilling, sir.
Okay, then.
Once the drilling has been done, then we assembled with the wheel, the sprocket up, sir, and the manufacturing is completed. Sir.
So that is
Actually, we have that sprocket hub and wheel hub different, so we can change it.
okay. So this is now completely manufactured, right?
Yes, sir.
Anything to do with the hardening?
No, sir. Actually, we have purchased that plate which is already hardened, sir.
Okay, what is this material?
SS420, sir.
Okay, what would be the difference if you case harden it after you manufacture and you buy a material that is already hardened? I mean, what would it be the difference in both the
Sir,
cases?
firstly, when we purchase that plate for the manufacturing, it is small compared to the large plates which come from the factory. If we go for the hardening of the smaller plates, it would be costlier for us also, and the vendors would also be not providing such small hardening for the small plates. So
Okay.
because they have to stop their process for entire work, and then they have to, so it is better to perform hardening first and then purchase the sheet from the vendor.
Okay. And how do you make sure that it is perfectly hardened and suitable for your job?
Sorry, sir. There
I
was
mean,
a
how
small
do you
lag.
rely on the quality of hardening?
Sir, actually, we did a small rinse test over it before this tensile test and that all over machines, EDM machine and that. So we got
No,
to
but
that. But
hardening cannot be tested with tensile and
yeah,
stuff.
but on the overall on the bill which we have purchased, they
What
have
are the
given that
what are the tests that we can perform to check the hardening of any material?
hardness test can be done by the brittle hardness test that can be performed from the machines.
So did you perform that?
Not sir, actually they gave a certificate that it is hardened only sir, by the vendor sir.
Okay, what is the lifespan of this component?
Actually, sir, we have not counted the lifespan, but we used it generally for, according to us, for two competitions, sir.
Okay, what are your make or buy decisions for this component? I mean, why didn't you go for outsourcing it rather than manufacturing it?
Sir, first of all,